everyone. Michelle Melendez, blossominnerwellness.com and standtogetherhawaii.com. This is first I've been in YouTube jail for a week because I can't even we talked about the thing that you had on your face for a long time. So we talked about that for like 30 seconds out of an hour and a half interview, and I got medical misinformation and a strike on my channel. So I can't say anything about the thing. And so this is about the Hawaii General Plan. I'm going to be sharing with you guys some testimonies and also show you how much the Hawaii General Plan commissioners uh, absolutely disregard the people, 100%. They do not believe in democracy because democracy is about people sharing our voices and testifying. So the Hawaii state of Hawaii and the planning commissioners and all of these corporate government agencies literally disregard the people. In fact, the chair is just saying, "Oh, we hear you. We hear you. Thank you for your testimony. We hear you." But they don't give a rat's butt about what we're actually telling them. And we've actually shown them the Hawaii General, I'm sorry, the Agenda 21 that is showing them what this plan really is about. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen and show you guys a testimony. My sister is the first to testify. Her mic was turned, her voice was turned off. Like the whole beginning of the meeting wasn't recorded. So her testimony is right in the middle of her testimony, which is really interesting and also very concerning. But anyway, if you guys live on the Big Island of Hawaii, you're going to want to watch this. And if you don't, you're going to want to watch this anyway because you want to see what's coming in your area and start speaking up. We need hundreds of people here. So this is my sister giving her last part of her testimony for the Hawaii General Plan. And actually, let me make sure that the screen sound is on. Otherwise, you won't be able to hear her. Okay, there we go.
This department, Jeff Dowry, is exactly like Zendo Curran, who is for development and not for the preservation of the land and community voices. It's been known over and over and over. There's also the smart grid and broadband that I've explained before. The island doesn't have the power, and I have another proof of this because the smart grid and broadband, they want to dig up the roads, which we already have horrible traffic, to put in a cable. Okay, there is another article that was just written last month, and it basically talks about the power outages, that people are going to have power outages. These articles on power outages are over and over and over again because the
You
power,
have 30 seconds
we
left.
don't have the resources. Now, over about 100% of us are asking you guys to oppose this. And this is, we are the people, we are the voices. You must stand with us. You must oppose this. Again, 138 signatures in 1 week from with my petition. They're saying we stand to oppose this. So please imagine over this place, overfilled. Your capacity is over 200. I have 138 in 1 week. Okay. Be prepared for thousands of signatures on this petition. All right. We are standing.
3 minutes are finished.
for opposition.
Thank you for your testimony.
So I want to show you, stop share. I want to show you guys her petition that she's talking about, and you can sign it, especially if you're on the Big Island. You can actually sign her petition. You can go to standtogetherhawaii.com, click on Hawaii GP, and then click on sign petition. And this is the petition she's talking about. So we have 158. We oppose Hawaii Planning Department's general plan, and we stand for a new director. 158. So you can put your name and email here. Again, this is at standtogetherhawaii.com. Click on Hawaii GP, and that's what she's talking about. Is that petition. So it'd be great if you guys signed it, especially if you live on the island. And then let me show you guys the next testifier, which is, and I'm going to do a whole video on Trump and some of the things he's doing later. So this one is Josephine. She's a local Hawaiian lady, and she talks a lot of truth about what's coming down the pipe, and also some other things that let's see, 2108. I'll start here.
So my name is Josephine Kiliipio, and I'm from Kailua Kona. Dear Commissioners, about 3.5 hours into your Planning Commission hearing last week, Thursday, February 20th, Commissioner DeFranco expressed concern over testifier Laura Kahulamu's testimony in which she voiced her concerns about 15-minute smart cities and AI. The county planner, Ms. Morrison, assured Commissioner DeFranco that the Hawaii County General Plan 2045 has no plans for smart cities or AI. However, on page 19 of the glossary, there's a definition for smart growth. And that definition, in my opinion, is a framework for the 15-minute smart cities. Also on page 87.
So I'm going to pause her, so I'll read it to you. This is what she's talking about. This is in our general plan, you guys. Smart growth is an overall approach to development that encourages a mixed building types and uses, diverse housing and transportation options, development within existing neighborhoods, and robust community engagement. Do you guys see this language? This language of like, okay, what are they talking about? That's so vague. What are they saying? This is the type of language throughout this whole entire plan. But that's what she's talking about.
90, Objective 13, increase the use of smart growth principles.
I think she said page 49. I'll just look up smart growth principles and see about finding that. Smart growth principles. Here we go. To integrate land use planning and infrastructure planning, the urban centers have been designated based on smart growth principles. So where's the next one? Increase the use of smart growth principles to focus development within designated urban areas. And then the last one is distribution of commercial areas shall meet the demands of neighborhood, community, and regional needs in accordance with smart growth principles. So you see how it's really vague, moving in that direction of the planning.
Need are your track and trace devices, like your smartphone, your smart chip in your hand, your EV, or even your smart meter. Add a whole bunch of facial recognition machines all over, and voila, there you have your smart 15-minute city. They can shut your EV down. If you're traveling too much, they can lock you up in your apartment building during a pandemic, and they can refuse your purchase at the food store if your credit score sucks, like communist China. If you think that what I am saying is too far-fetched, well, remember when Lahaina, Maui was incinerated in August 2023? Well, some very astute investigators found out that Hawaii's very own Governor Green, MD, had already set up plans previous to the fire to turn Maui and specifically Lahaina into a smart city.
So I'm going to just pause her there. All of that is true, but here's the thing. When you're giving a testimony, if you're not, what the planning commissioners are doing is they're listening for anything on the general plan. And if you go off of the general plan, then I feel like they don't listen, but they're not listening anyway. But I do want to give some more testimony, because those of you who live on Big Island, we have another meeting, and it doesn't go to the county council yet. It's going back to the Windward planning commissioners. And I would love to see 100 people in that room. We can do it, you guys. March 10th, 9 a.m. Windward Planning Commission. That's in Kona. It's across from the DMV in Kona. March 10th, 9 a.m. So mark your calendar if you live on the island. But let me finish off with, not finish off, but I want to give you guys a few more. This is Martha. She did really great. 30. Here we go.
I didn't find out about any of these meetings. I got on, when I first came to the first meeting in December, I signed up for the planning department emails and notifications. I've received nothing. I don't understand that. If you want people to know about this, I don't know why you're not notifying them. Anyway, I guess I know, but lots of other counties have, not lots, not enough around the country, created banning for Agenda 21, 2030. I've been talking about it since.
So I want to share that. I want to share what she's saying, because she's saying that a lot of counties have banned the agenda for 2021, which is now 2030. So I want to show you guys that. So here's what I found. It's pretty great. 9 states have outlawed Agenda 21 to protect property rights. And in Oklahoma, there was a bill, House Bill 2807, has been passed in order to shield Oklahoma's rights to private property and due process within the state. Last year, the Oklahoma State Legislature passed 1412 through the Oklahoma State Rights Committee to halt implementation of Agenda 21, which is Agenda 30, which is this is what we're a Hawaii General Plan, what we're freaking out about, you guys, within the state. And House Bill 1412 was written to ensure that the state or other political subdivision of the state shall not adopt or implement policy recommendations that deliberately or inadvertently, which is absolutely what this general plan does, so much inadvertently, because you can't even understand most of what's written in it, inadvertently infringe upon or restrict private property rights without due process. So I just wanted to say, and that's 9 states have outlawed Agenda 21. And so let me stop share. I gave the Agenda 21 why people should be concerned. It's a 9-page document that my friend sent me. And I gave it to you, each one of these planning commissioners, before this meeting that I'm showing you guys. So they have it. And either they absolutely don't agree with it and they think we're all a bunch of conspiracy theorists, crazy people, or they don't care. Because let me go on with these testimonies, which are pretty freaking great. Really appreciate them. Oops, stop share. Let me find it here. Going back to the meeting. Here it is. Okay, good. All right, so back to the meeting. Let me do screen share. Sound is on. We're good here. Okay. There's Martha again.
It's December, so I was surprised because I didn't know about last week. I was surprised to hear that no one's read anything I've sent them or looked at any of the probably like 30 or 40 pages of documentation about really what this is about. It's about collectivism. The stakeholders, the major stakeholders with the UN, they will be the owners. Collectivism means they want no private property. They do not want you to have individual rights, individual ownership of anything. This is a long-range plan. It's been in existence for a long time, and I've had time to study it. I don't, ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is, there's no excuse for ignorance in this time and age of being able to read and look things up on the internet. I know everybody's busy and they have.
And I just want to say, I just did an interview with G. Edward Griffin, which I'm going to be putting up shortly here. He talked about collectivism. He said that's what's going down, not communism, not Marxism. It's all collectivism. That's what's going down. I want to go to Pastor Kevin, and then I want to do Ken. And Ken just nailed it hit a home run.
Hawaii General 2045 plan and the United Nations Agenda 2030, and also compare that to our previous General Plan 2005, and remove the comparison about scale, because one's a worldwide mandate and the other is local. And they came out saying that 70 to 80% similarity between the United Nations 2030 and our General Plan.
So what he's saying is, sorry, I cut him off a little bit at the beginning. This is Pastor Kevin. He went to Chat GPT, which is an AI software platform, and he put in how much is the similarity between the Hawaii General Plan and the UN agenda. And that's what he's talking about, a 70% similarity as what Chat GPT stated.
2045. So just as an external corroboration of what it is that we're concerned about, I want to be governed locally by a plan that's represented organically, that represents our people. There's a large ignorance to everybody's dismissed as a conspiracy theorist if you mention United Nations and this organization that has, their own agenda for the world and for Hawaii. But in 2015, on our planning.hawaii.gov, you can find sustainable development goals where in 2015, the state of Hawaii aligned itself with the 17 primary agendas of the United Nations plan and has been working steadily to implement it before. I think, even though it's right in front, I think that I would be curious to know how many in the Planning Commission are familiar with the 17 principles of the United Nations plan, let alone the entire Agenda 2030, which is again a global imperative that unelected people would like to see implemented. And they're being implemented here whether we want it or not. So my simple request has been the same each time. Please do not, like I direct you, if you represent me as a representative of We the People in Hawaii, do not move this plan forward. Make a motion for it to be to push pause and to assemble a group of 6 to 12 people from the testifiers that have been over the last 8 months, and let's develop a plan.
I really love that suggestion. He's like, have the testifiers come and we'll help you create a better plan. Yeah, we will. We absolutely will. Now this next guy, oh my gosh, he's so great. His name is Ken, and he just nails it. I mean, oh my God, I could not say it better myself. This guy is perfect. Super, super wonderful.
Okay, thanks. My name is Ken Honma, and I reside, actually, I live in Kurtistown. So good morning, Planning Commission members. Vote no confidence on the Hawaii County General Plan 2045. The plan lacks the most important element, which is a discussion of what the important quality of life issues are for the inhabitants of Hawaii County. What are the elements that make up and determine the happiness and quality of life for the inhabitants? Especially missing is the lack of any wording regarding liberty and freedom inherited from our Creator and guaranteed without abridgment to all inhabitants. In this process, we are experiencing right now firsthand the blatant destruction of our form of government, meaning a republic. It is, quote, we the people, unquote, who decide what is best for us. The step-by-step disregard of the will of the people has brought us to this point that so-called codes will override our God-given rights like the freedom to travel, the freedom to own and develop property as we see fit, the freedom to live where we choose. This plan is ignorant and silent on these fundamental concepts and is a treasonous document. You have no other lawful alternative but to reject this plan in its entirety. Thank you for listening.
So this guy was so great, so great. And now I want to show you guys what they did. All they did is look at this. This, there's a few more testifiers here, but then there was like 6 hours, and all they did was change and amend. That's all they did. And then at the very end, 6:51:36. Very end of the meeting.
So the motion on the floor is to forward a favorable recommendation to the county council to amend the County of Hawaii General Plan 2005 by adopting the planning director's recommended County of Hawaii General Plan 2045 final recommended draft dated July 2024, inclusive of all subsidiary motions made by the Leeward Planning Commission. Vice Chair Noborikawa.
Aye.
Commissioner Paishon Dwart.
Aye.
Commissioner DeFranco.
Aye.
Commissioner Dela Cruz.
Aye.
And Chair Al.
Aye.
Chair, the motion carries with 5 ayes and 2 excused.
Thank you, Ms. Jackson.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Jackson. So we testified and we have another testimony, you guys, March 10th. We need hundreds of people. If you care about this island, if you care, I don't know how many more times I can say that. And then hear some people say, oh, I already testified. No, come again, and say what you have to say. And the biggest thing is we tell them motion for an unfavorable recommendation of this plan. Motion for, just like they did, we're motioning for a positive recommendation of this plan, motion for a negative one. We do not want this plan to go forward. It's March 10th, 9 a.m., Kona, across from DMV. If you are here, great. You can also testify online through Zoom. So the link of registration is in the description. Please post a reminder on your cell phone. I'm going to be there. I've been coming to these for, I don't know, 6 to 8 months. I'm not even sure when I started, but I haven't missed one. I haven't missed one, you guys. And there's always something to say. If you pick one part of this plan, you'll be able to see. Just look up acquisition. People who go to the planning department with plans to change something on their home, their plan will be in their property will be inventoried for possible acquisition. That's in the plan. I don't know what else to tell you guys. Please join standtogetherhawaii.com. Standtogetherhawaii.com. You'll get an email reminder about this meeting. Also, if you go to standtogetherhawaii.com, click on Hawaii GP for the general plan, you'll be able to sign the petition against this general plan. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because that's what my heart tells me to do. So you do what your heart tells you to do. But ignoring this is not going to bring about freedom. You're going to bring about collectivism, which is it's communism and fascism all under one, socialism all under one. It's allowing the big bankers to run and take over this country. They have already, but now it's where they are dotting their I's and crossing their T's. And literally, it's over. It's game over if you don't stand up and at least try. That's why we're here. So I want to say mahalo to Brittany and her mom for coming to the meeting. Brittany was fantastic, super kind hearted. She really spoke from her heart, and her mother said she supported me, and I can't tell you how much that meant to see you both there in person. I want to say just so much mahalo nui loa for that, for showing up. That's what it takes. It takes all of us to stand up, and it doesn't matter. You've already done it. Do it again. Like I said, I've been doing these every single month. Come, join us. Stand up for freedom, stand up for liberty, stand up for your children. Here we go. Infinite Creator, Great Spirit. I laugh from crying. I know that fear is an illusion. And I know that this is a game we came to play, and I came to play. I trust you, Great Spirit. I do what is mine to do, and I leave the rest to you because I can't do more than that. I can only do what I can do, and I can only share and spread the word and the message. And the rest, Great Spirit, I leave to you. That you touch people's hearts, and that they stand up and have the courage to speak up. It's just 3-minute testimony, sharing that what it is that the people want and don't want. And Great Spirit, I just give you so much gratitude for the beauty that we do get to have as we're here on the planet. I know that we're never alone, never alone. There's legions of angels that are always supporting us. And I just ask that you touch the planning commissioners' hearts. You spark the light of truth that this is not what the people want. This is not good for Big Island. And that those other people who are around the world, around the country, who have similar plans, similar general plans, that you spark in their hearts the truth of what these plans really mean for the people. And you touch them to have courage to say, no, we're not going to support this. And we're going to step forward and step against it all the way until it's over. And we are a stand for liberty, and for freedom and for the rights of each individual person, for the right for people to own property, for the right of people to live freely. Great Spirit, we bind anybody who does not value that. We bind them with the frequency of light and love, knowing that this world is becoming a better place through each of our actions, stepping forward, taking the time out of our day to do what is right, not what is easy, but what is right and what is ours to do. Thank you so much, Great Spirit. And so it is. Sending you and your ohana. So much aloha from the Big Island. Just a reminder, Great Maui Land Grab. If you want to support my work, if you haven't picked up this book yet, you can get it at greatmauilandgrabbook.com. It's the 3rd edition, 21 Fire, LA Fire Anomalies. You can also go to Blossom Inner Wellness, Blossom Inner, INNER, Wellness, and pick up a cup. Join the private membership. It's free. You'll have access to my free Freedom School. Pick up a cup that says Stand Together or a Blossom Inner Wellness t-shirt. And that also supports the work that I do. All right, you guys, so much aloha.